Hi, my name is Florent Bouguin, Chief Technology Officer at OPTEL Group, a B Corp Canadian company. I'm the father of 2 kids and very happy to be there today. That is a good question. And I would say that today executive leaders within the supply chain, they are talking about carbon accounting. That's the basic. But then imagine that you are talking now about not just accounting, but carbon tracking. And then when you think about the supply chain and tracking, you can imagine end-to-end supply chain, end-to-end tracking. And now when you are tracking and tracing inventories all across your supply chain, you can then better manage the equilibrium between the supply, the demand, and the inventories. So with that, you can better plan your production capacity. You can increase or fix your on-time delivery. You can anticipate your product quality, narrow the recall. You can fight the counterfeiting. So you see a lots of wins within the supply chain performance. But all these data that are captured all across the supply chain, upstream, downstream, and in the production site, you can run on these data life cycle assessment algorithm to measure the unique carbon footprint of a product, of your operations. And with that, you track not only the scope 1 and 2, but you track the scope 3 of the greenhouse gases emitted all across the value chain. So I think when you have the view where you combine a platform, traceability platform, that helps you to see and to reduce your carbon footprint, but at the same time to help to increase your bottom line at the end, to improve your bottom line, to reduce your COGS, I think you can talk about return on investment, tangible and fast. Innovation, within the digitalization, the high-tech world, comes a lot with the data and comes with, do you trust the data? You can have the best platform at the end, but you need to capture the right data and you need to trust the data and the output. So we put a lot of innovation in that concept. Give me an example, for instance. So I will share with you, we are on a production line. Imagine you are in a filling plant with a pace of 1,500 bottles per minute. It's fast. We have the capacity to serialize each of these bottles. Why? Because at the end, remember, going upstream and downstream that supply chain, we can, when that bottle is in the hand of the consumer, he can scan the bottle and then see the complete product pedigree of that bottle. You will see the real carbon footprint of that bottle. So we need to be precise. We need to have real data. It's just an example of the technology within a production or production line, manufacturing line. But also we need to develop technology inside the mines, inside the farms. And when you are discussing with a farmer, it's not, we are not talking about 1,500 bottles per minute. We are talking about what is your sustainable practices, your agriculture practices, which type of fertilizer are you using? Do you have kids? What's the level of education? What's the yield of your farm? So all these parameters that we capture when we are into the farm, we of course upload them again inside the platform to get the trust. But how can we trust this data? That we have an inspector coming. We are partnering with leading inspection firms. And today, these inspectors can come inside a supply chain node and audit the data capture process, audit the ESG surveys that has been done by that farmer, for instance. So couple of innovations, if you want, inside to bring trust into the data, have real-time data, precise data, authentic data, okay, to avoid any greenwashing. But then the second step is using AI. We have a huge amount of data that we are collecting all across the supply chain. And with the years, we realized that we are developing, AI tool to help to guide the business leader to take the right decision. So when with all their data, now they can select what will be the best sources, what is the best logistic route in order to have the lowest carbon footprint. And when you add on the top of that to reduce, the cogs or to improve to improve your lead time, you have something powerful. So these type of AI agent are very, very powerful. It's another type of innovation. And my third innovation that I would like to share with you is we have the unique platform that tracks the scope 3. And we all know that scope 3 is in average 80% of the global emissions. We need to work here. And honestly speaking, how you can manage the scope 3 if you don't see, and to see the real data, because supply chains are changing every day. It's under complete disruption. You need to be resilient. You need to have a software, a tool that follow the changes that happens on your supply chain to measure your scope 3. So this is the other type of innovation that we brought, a resilient software fast to adapt. It is important for OPTEL to walk the talk. We are proud to say that we are B Corp certified for a couple of years now. It's a huge certification to gain and to maintain. When we started 35 years ago, we started into the pharmaceutical, the life science world. Why you would say that? Because we wanted to impact the world and to impact the people onto the planet. So with our traceability solutions, we can assess the authenticity of the medicines that the people are gaining, and then we avoid, falsified medicine and drugs. We can help manufacturers to deliver the right product at the right place, at the right location, with the right temperature, for instance. We've learned that with the COVID. So you see a lot of solutions ready to help the humanity, the people. But then with the years, we really realized about, the climate changes. And we said, okay, it's great to help the people, but I think we need to help the planet. And then with all this data, we say, oh my God, we need to bring visibility on that carbon footprint, on these greenhouse gases emitted. So we brought our money, our investments, and all our brain inside that to have that solution to uniquely track and trace scope 1, 2, and 3. But more than that, because, we can work on the climate change's impact. We can work on the people, but do we have enough materials? Do we have enough water? Do we have enough lithium? And no, the answer is no. So we realize that, again, the power of the traceability is that it can enable the circularity and to fight the planetary boundaries. Supply chains are the center of a lot of the pain points. They are impacting the world, the people, the greenhouse gases, the planetary boundaries limit. So now, with the digitalization, we have a tool that it is today accessible to transform this supply chain. And again, we are not talking about years of transformation. In 3 months, you can have in your operations the traceability platform deployed with a tangible ROI. So I think today it's how OPTEL, is driving that impact. And I would be proud also to tell you that we are using our platform. We have, about 10 megaton of CO2 emitted. On that footprint, it's about 97% of scope 3 that we have. So we are working with our own suppliers. We are with our own partners in order to decarbonize all that value chain. So it is why I think we can say we are walking the talk and we are leading by impact. During that summit, I had an expectation about collaboration, and I think I was served with that. And thank you to all the participants, because, we cannot go in that journey alone. And we need all together to collaborate. And during these days, I had very, very good meeting with competitors. with other technology platform. That's great. We need the brain of everyone. We have a value. I had different collaboration meeting with a consultant firm. You know, we need people to have that capacity to strategically coach a company. I have meeting with investment firms. It's again a collaboration. The investment, the financial institution, they need, you know, to bring, of course, meetings with brand owners, with supply chain leaders. So you see that it's just a question of breaking the silos. And I think after these days with the Visionary Summit, I have to admit that the teams or the players are with that mindset. We all understand that we need the collaboration, and it was my expectation that has been met.